So let's hide our table for the time being, table collection, and then go into front view. Zoom out, and now what do we make? Let's make our room for the time being so that we have some idea what we want to create, right? Let's create this room, and how will we do that? Let's get a cube, Shift A, mesh, and default cube. This is now these are the dimensions of my cube, size 2 meter, let it be, and let's scale it. Let's move it up and then scale. Okay, we will not scale it in the object mode because then we will have to like worry about our scale. So let's scale it in edit mode. So tab to go into edit mode, or you can switch between modes from here. So let's go into front view. Okay, we are in front view. I want to move these vertices on x-axis. So how can we do that? Either I can move them like individually on x-axis, or I can select all of these top ones and press S and X. This will scale these vertices on x-axis. You can see now these are getting scaled. So let's check what we have done. If I move around, you can see we have a problem, right? Front vertices were scaled, but the back ones, these were not. So what happened? Let's press Ctrl Z and again go back into front view. If you remember, we have different modes over here. Right now we are in solid mode, so Blender will only select anything that is visible to us. So if I want to select my back vertices too, then I will have to come here and then press Shift, and then this selection will be made. So this is kind of cumbersome, right? So let's come back here, and in front view, if we switch to X-ray mode, now you can see I can see through my mesh, right like this. So again in front view, now if I make my selection and select my topmost vertices again, you will notice that Blender has now selected the back ones too. So in this mode we can select vertices that are not visible to us from the main view. So let's move these up, GZ and SX, just like right up to here. Now if we come back here, move around, and we can see now it has scaled these vertices properly the way we want, right? Then again go to front view, in X-ray mode, still SX, and move these vertices along x-axis. Now our dimensions are exactly what we want. Let's turn off our X-ray mode. Again in front view, now I want to remove this face. So how do we do that? Let's go into front view first, numpad 1, and then choose our face select mode from here, and then select this face, X, and delete. So now we have deleted the front face and we have a cupboard of sorts. Then I want to move these. I'm in edge mode now. Let's go to edge mode, and then I want to move these edges, like this loop of edges. I want to move this forward on y-axis, not extrude. Extrusion would create another set of faces and another set of edges. I don't want that. I just want these to be moved just like this. So either we can do this like pressing shift select, and then we can select all these edges and then press G and Y. One way is this, or another way is, since this is a loop would be like this. If I press Ctrl R, we can add loops, edges that go perfectly around our mesh. So since this is a loop, I can select it by pressing Alt and left click. Now this tells Blender to select the whole loop, and if the loop is okay, or let's say if the loop is perfect, it will be selected as such. So let's extrude this face, or just extrude these edges to this line, somewhere around this line. So G, Y, and I'm holding shift for small movements. And that's it. When I feel like I have made the mark, I will just stop and then press tab, select our portrait, go inside our view by scrolling up like this, scroll up, scroll down. So now select this portrait, and I want to move this behind like it's hanging on the wall. So how do we do that? G, Y, and just move it back a little until it's touching the wall. Just like this. Now it's inside the wall, and let's move it back a little, and that's it. We are done. So we have now created our room. Portrait is hanging on the wall, and if I press Alt Z or X-ray mode, I can see my room now somewhat matches with the image. And there's one more thing, this false ceiling, we can create it very easily. Now this is the part where we add edge loop here by pressing Ctrl R, and if we move around, it's not moving around. Okay, sorry, we need to select our cube first, or our room first, then go into edit mode and press Ctrl R. If I press left click, then it will add this loop, and if I come over here, it asks me how many cuts I want. I can increase or decrease my cuts, but I only want one, so I will keep it. Now I can either move it on G and X, or there's another option. If I press G twice, it will let me slide this edge. So when I'm here, Alt Z, let's put it over here, and now I'm in face mode. I will select this face and press E, and I will just bring it down just like this. So now if I look at it, I have created this false ceiling, right? So go back into front view and save our project.